You pay your bills on time. You are not buying anything crazy. You even have a savings account. And yet, every month ends exactly the same way. 0. You are not bad with money. You are not lazy. You have developed habits that feel completely normal. Habits that are quietly destroying your financial future. These habits do not feel like problems. They feel responsible. They feel like what everyone does. That is exactly why they work so well at keeping you broke. 11 habits, each one silent, each one expensive, each one happening to you right now without triggering a single alarm. Stay until habit 8. What I reveal there will explain why getting a raise never actually changed anything for you. Ever. Habit 1. You pay yourself last. Every single payday the same sequence happens. Rent, bills, subscriptions, food, social events. Whatever is left goes to savings. Nothing is ever left. You have been treating your future self like the last person in line. They get whatever scraps survive everyone else. That is not a budget. That is financial self-abandonment. The wealthy reverse the sequence. Income arrives. Savings move first. Automatically. Before lifestyle has a single chance to consume it. Cambridge University, 2019. People who automate savings before spending build 3.4 times more wealth over 20 years. Same income, different sequence, completely different life. 10% minimum. Automated. Into a separate account you do not check daily. Do this before anything else moves, starting with the very next paycheck. Habit 2. You spend money to save money. The shoes were 40% off. The bulk buy was 3 for 2. The Prime Day deal appeared, and you bought things you never planned to own. The $40 you saved never existed. You spent $60. You cannot deposit a discount into your bank account. The only money that counts is the money you kept. Sales exist because they work. They manufacture urgency. They create fear of missing out. They turn browsing into buying before your logical brain catches up. If you were not planning to buy it before the sale started, if you would not have paid full price, it was not a bargain. It was a smaller amount of money you did not need to spend. Habit 3. You do not track where your money actually goes. Ask yourself right now how much you spent on food last month. You are guessing. That guess is costing you. The average American has no accurate picture of their monthly spending. They estimate, they underestimate. Then they wonder why nothing is left. Stanford University, 2020. People who track spending weekly reduce unnecessary expenses by 27% within 60 days. Not by earning more. By simply seeing clearly. Track everything for 30 days. Every coffee. Every forgotten subscription. Every rounded up tip. The picture will be uncomfortable. That discomfort is the beginning of change. Habit 4. Lifestyle creep. You got the raise. You upgraded the apartment, the car, the restaurants, the wardrobe. 6 months later, you are making more than ever and feel exactly as broke as before. The raise was supposed to change your trajectory. Instead, it changed nothing, because every extra dollar was absorbed by upgraded consumption before it had a chance to build anything. Here is what the wealthy do with raises. They live on the old amount. Every extra dollar goes directly to savings and investment first. The lifestyle upgrade comes later, after the foundation is secured. Habit 5. You use credit cards as a crutch. Swipe now. Figure it out later. By the time the bill arrives, you will have been paid again. Except it keeps not quite working out. Over 60% of Americans carry credit card debt. Average balance above $5,000. Average interest rate above 22%. You are paying the bank for the privilege of owing them money. Credit cards separate the pain of payment from the pleasure of purchase. You feel the joy now. The damage arrives weeks later, buried inside a statement full of things you barely remember buying. One rule fixes this permanently. If you cannot pay for it in full today, you cannot afford it. The card is for convenience, not for extending a budget that does not exist. Habit 6. You buy for your fantasy self. The guitar never played. The running shoes never run in. The elaborate cookware still sealed. The book stacked unread. You bought for the person you imagined becoming, not the person you actually are. The fantasy self runs marathons, cooks gourmet meals, reads a book a week. That person has never shown up to collect these purchases. Before spending money on the person you want to become, ask one question. What have I actually done consistently in the last 30 days that proves I am becoming that person? If the answer is nothing, do not buy it. Habit 7. You say yes to everything. The dinner, the weekend trip, the concert, the birthday at the expensive restaurant, the bachelorette in another city. Every yes feels harmless. Together, they are devastating. Every yes to spending is a no to something that matters. Every $100 you spend not to seem broke is $100. Not going toward the financial freedom you claim to want. Peer pressure did not end in high school. It just got more expensive. The pressure to match spending, to signal you are fine, to keep up. It costs real money you often do not have. Saying no is a skill. The people who genuinely care about you will understand financial boundaries. The ones who pressure you to spend beyond your means were never worth the expense. Habit 8. You are waiting for more money to start. You will budget when you earn more. You will invest when you have real money. You will get serious once things settle down. They never settle down. Here is the truth that will sting. If you cannot manage a small amount, you will not magically manage a large amount. The skills are built through practice, not through the arrival of more zeros. MIT, 2021. People who start investing with $50 a month build stronger long-term financial habits than those who wait to invest larger amounts later. The amount does not matter. The start does. Start now with whatever you have. $50, $20. The habit of starting is worth more than the perfect amount you are waiting to have. Habit 9. You ignore small expenses because they feel insignificant. $5 here, $8 there. A subscription you forgot existed. A tip you rounded up to avoid awkwardness. $5 a day is $1,800 a year. Invested over 30 years at 10%, that is over $260,000. A small daily habit with a massive long-term consequence. The problem is not the coffee. The problem is the unawareness. When small expenses escape your attention, they multiply without accountability. Death by 1,000 cuts is still death. Awareness is the fix. Know the monthly total of your small expenses. Make them a conscious choice, not an invisible leak. The goal is not deprivation. The goal is to stop bleeding by default. Habit 10. You treat investing as something for later. When you know more. When the timing feels right. When the market stops being scary. Meanwhile, compound interest works for everyone except you. Someone who invests $200 monthly starting at 25 will have roughly $600,000 by 65. Someone who starts at 35 with the same amount ends up with $270,000. 10 years of delay. More than half the outcome gone. You do not need to be an expert. You do not need to pick stocks or time markets. A simple index fund tracking the total market requires zero special knowledge and has historically returned 10% annually. Open an account. Set up automatic contributions. Let time do what time does. The longer you wait, the harder you will have to work to catch up. Every year of delay is a year you cannot buy back. Habit 11. You refuse to invest in financial knowledge. You will spend $200 on shoes worn twice, $500 on a trip barely remembered. But learning how money actually works feels optional. Oxford University, 2022. Financial illiteracy costs the average American over $1,000 per year in direct losses. Fees paid, interest accumulated, preventable mistakes made, opportunities ignored. Every other habit on this list traces back to this one. You paid yourself last because nobody taught you otherwise. You used credit cards as a crutch because the true cost of interest was never made real to you. The patterns that keep people broke are not random. They are predictable. They follow the same logic. They exploit the same gaps in understanding. And they continue until knowledge interrupts them. The fix is not complicated. It is learning. Genuinely learning how money works, how debt compounds against you, how retirement accounts create tax advantages most people ignore, how to build systems that make good decisions automatic. That knowledge exists. It is accessible. But you have to prioritize acquiring it the way you prioritize everything else that actually matters to you. Here is what connects all 11 habits. Nobody taught you how money actually works. So you defaulted to what felt normal, what everyone around you was doing. Normal got you here. Normal keeps you here. Paying yourself last feels normal because everyone around you does it. Lifestyle creep feels earned because upgrading is what you do when income rises. Credit cards as a crutch feel manageable because everyone carries a balance. These patterns are not neutral. They are expensive. They have costs that compound over years. Every year you operate under financial defaults instead of financial literacy, you fall further behind where you could be. You have now seen all 11 habits. You felt the discomfort of recognition. That moment where you thought, that is literally me. That discomfort is not a problem. That discomfort is the beginning of something different. Do not try to fix all 11 today. Pick the one habit that hit you hardest, the one that felt most uncomfortably accurate. Interrupt that one pattern this week. Build from there. Money habits do not fix themselves. Awareness is not automatic. The patterns that keep you broke will keep you broke until you deliberately interrupt them with knowledge and systems that work differently. The habits that got you here will not get you there. Change starts the moment the discomfort of staying the same exceeds the discomfort of doing something different. That moment is now. Write in the comments which habit hit you hardest, not the easiest one, the one that stung. That is the one you start with today. Share this with one person whose bank account tells the same story yours used to. You already thought of someone. Send it now. They need this more than they know. Next video. The debt trap they built specifically for your income level. How it activates. How it expands silently. And the one move that collapses it completely. 2 days. Do not miss it.